Are you looking for how to download Silhouette Studio for free? It's possible, and it's actually very easy, but there are a couple of landmines you're going to need to navigate before you do so. So let me take you through so that you are not downloading what you don't need, what you don't want, and what could potentially be a really buggy version of the software. Also, there are two groups of people that really need to pay close attention to this, so make sure you watch closely, and if you are in those two groups of people, make sure that you are downloading the correct version for you. All right, let's go. Okay, so we are going to start here on silhouetteamerica.com. And what I will tell you is the easiest thing to do is to just backslash software. Okay, so that's going to bring you directly to the software page. Now, if you end up over here and you're going through the software tab and you click into this tab here and you're like, what are all of these things going on? Shop Now makes it seem like you have to pay for Silhouette Studio, which you do not. It is a free download. So if you click that, just know that this is what you're going to get, and it appears again like you have to pay. You do not. See down here where it says download? That's what you're going to do. But before you do that, I want to give you some very important information is basically what I'm going to say. So if you land here, you're going to see that you've got these two download options, and what it's going to download is v5.0.414 at the time of this recording. Now, the only people who must use V5, any version of V5, are those who have a Silhouette Cameo 5 Alpha or an MK2 Pro, which is the 24-inch. Everybody else does not need to use V5, although they are able to. I would not recommend it because it is more buggy. It seems like there are just more issues in V5. And so unless you absolutely have to use it, you have a Cameo 5 Alpha or a 24-inch MK Pro 2. Those are the only two categories of Silhouette users or users in general, because you don't even need to have a Silhouette machine to use Silhouette Studio. Those are the only people who should be downloading V5. Now, if you need to download it, you just click the version that you need. But if you want to get a different version, not a V5 version, you're going to click here on Legacy, okay? And that's going to give you all of the older versions of the software that are available. And there are a lot. Now, I have been doing this for a long time. I test all of the software versions. I have a Mac. I could keep all of these versions of the software on my computer if I wanted to. So what I can tell you is which version of the software I recommend, because they are not all equal, all right? And if you look at the release notes, you will see what each one does. Now, some of them are going to tell you that they basically had fixes. And the reason this one, for example, the reason that you have to use V5 for Cameo 5 Alpha, it says right here, this is the first version of the software to support the 5A, okay? But if you have a V4 or you have some other version of the software, you don't have to use that. So I would actually recommend that you use V4.5.738. And I know this is a 2.5-year-old software, and it adds the firmware. That's the only update that was had with that software version. But that is one of the most stable versions. Okay, so you can't download it from this release notes page, so go back. 738 is right here. As you can see, you've got the option for Mac or Windows. Now, the other version that works well is V4.3.370, and this one is even older. Okay, if we go to the release notes, you're going to see this one is from 2020. We weren't even in COVID at that time. All right, that's an old version, but it still works. It's still supported, and it's a good option. But for most people, I would recommend V4.5.738. And don't worry, you don't need to remember that. I'm going to post it in the description below. While you're looking at the description below, hit the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Okay, so how do you get this for free? I have a Mac. I'm going to download it. I am not a robot. For whatever reason, it's making me put in my email. Make sure that you put in the email associated with your Silhouette account. And if you don't have a Silhouette account yet, don't worry, you will be prompted to make one. So I'm currently downloading the software. Now, what opens up when you download it is the free basic version of the software. And when I say basic, Silhouette has packed this thing full of tools and things that you can just really, it's design heavy. Okay, so even though it's free and it's called basic, it is not basic. Okay, all right, now we need the downloads. So I go to my downloads and here it is, and we now have the version of the software. So again, I'm on a Mac, and this installation process is a little bit different between Mac and PC. The biggest difference is, as I said, on a Mac, you can have multiple versions of the software. And I'll go in here into my applications and show you how many versions of Silhouette Studio I have. Look at this. And I told you I test them all and I have them all named because I have multiple versions. If you are on a PC, you can only have one version of the software on your computer. And if you are going, let's say you're going from v4.3 to v4.5, that's fine. You don't need to delete the old version first. But if you are on v5 and you are like, this thing is way too buggy, I need to install a more stable version, I'm going back to v4.5, you need to uninstall the current version you have because you can't roll back without uninstalling. On a Windows only. On a Mac, you can install as many as you want. Okay, so I would pull this in here just like this. It's already telling me I have it, so I'm not going to do it, but that's how you are going to install it. So now let's open up Silhouette Studio. This is what Silhouette Studio is going to look like. Now, I own a design or a license key for Business Edition. However, one of the features is that you can view in a different version. So I am currently viewing this in the standard edition. That's the free version that is going to download for you, okay? So I've got that right here. Now, you can see you've got all these tools over here. You've got all your tools over here. So you're not missing out on a whole lot. What you are missing out on is some key features that are specific around importing and exporting. And if you are wondering, like, what does Designer Edition offer? What does Business Edition offer? I have other videos on that I will link to in the description below. Basically, if you want to import or export SVG files, you need an upgraded version. I have other videos also on the benefits of those upgrades, including the fact that you only have, it's a lifetime upgrade. You can get it for under $50 and you can use it on up to 3 computers. So those are well worth it, but I will say if you have been looking for how to download Silhouette Studio for free, you are here and this is it. All right, guys, if you are looking for tips, tricks, and tutorials, one-on-one same-day support, I offer all of that through Silhouette U. I will link to that in the description below, and I'll see you soon.